sir. Unwelcome your thoughts off the hip. It's your boy HD. I'm here with my brother Razor. What's going on, Brody?
Another beautiful day in paradise.
Yes, sir. Man, we was over here in the fucking lab. What I call the lab is right before we come onto the stage and we hit live. You know, we usually up here talking and chatting. We talking about crowd responses, chat. WWE is in Glasgow, Scotland, turning up. They looking to recreate the energy that France had.
They
Now,
saw what Leon had. I still get goosebumps watching that show to this day, and it's only been a couple months. Saudi tried. Saudi did what they could, but again, it wasn't France. Now they're in Glasgow, Scotland. 3 matches are the hometown kids. They want you guys to go absolutely ape shit. Can they do it?
That's the big question. And I felt like they was fearless tonight in the if you guys watched the press conference or the kickoff leading into the PLE, it was right before SmackDown. Some of the crowd, they were hyped. They were definitely hyped to see their hometown heroes too. I'm interested what's going to happen with Piper Niven and Bayley.
Would not
Bayley
be
created a nice narrative there.
Would not be surprised if they put it on Piper.
And you've been saying that too. And just learning more about her today, seeing her talk outside of character, I definitely have more respect for Piper. Not that I had any less before, but just seeing what she's went through, seeing where she's come from, I'm definitely happy that somebody like her is getting to represent for herself, her country in that spot. So I think that's just dope. I just wanted to say that.
And
past that,
most definitely battle tested as well.
Past that, let's keep it a stack.
But also,
I think she would be a good champion. I'm gonna say that. Do you think she would be a good champion?
I'm just looking at some of the matchups because again, you have the obvious ones of Nia, Jade, Bianca, Charlotte, Rhea, but also the interesting ones of Naomi. Wouldn't be mad at is Zoe Stark versus a Piper Niven down the road, or even Chelsea Green. I'm not gonna do the high pitch voice because my voice don't go that high.
Chelsea, yeah, we got it. Yep.
Yeah, that's a little rough on the throat.
Samantha Irvin, Samantha Irvin was out there in Scotland. She was announcing on SmackDown. It's good to know that we're gonna have that voice for the PLE as well. I just wanted to state that. But to your point though, if Piper Niven captures the SmackDown Women's Championship, I can see Chelsea Green being, if not one of the first competitors. I would like to see a mix. Like obviously,
she ain't gonna be the first.
Yeah, I can see that. That'll be too soon.
Because what she stated was they will be
the
co-champions.
Be the champions. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. And when she said that, I expected Piper to like give her a look or something, and now Piper was with it. Like, yeah, no, we the champions.
Yeah, I'll let you have your little cute moment for now. I'm entertained right now.
Who else? On the women's side, I know you said Naomi. Do you see a spin back with Bayley? Like maybe her and Bayley getting a spin back?
Easy. This match is gonna be money. So you'd almost have to just because.
I really love how they just took Piper Niven, like they were just in competition for the tag team championships, and now she's in main event status, fighting for a top tier championship.
And like I was saying, how deep is this division? They ain't fucking around no more. Long gone are the days of old where all we had was Trish Stratus and Lita. Now we got about anywhere from 20 to 40 girls ready to go. And half of them are only getting better.
Oh, that is a good point. I feel like for the past maybe month, or half a month at least, I feel the majority of programming I've seen has been featured from the women's side. And I have not been mad at it one bit. The only thing I've been mad about is fucking Shayna Baszler not getting put out at the PLE. But she redeemed herself the next. Yeah, but she fucking
let it out
next night. which I'm not gonna let it go. I'm not gonna let it go, Shayna. You should have went down. You would have actually, it would have meant more to me if you would have got put out, and then the next night somehow came back like Superwoman. Like, nah, yeah, I know y'all see me get put out, but I'm here today, and I'm gonna put her out today. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn,
You
they
good?
looked wonderful. Yeah, I'm good. I
You
had to
good?
let that out. Shayna, don't fuck it, Shayna. Don't do it, Shayna.
Put his ass
Please.
to sleep, Shayna. Put his ass to sleep.
You're gonna have to, Shayna. I like your new outfit, the white and blue stuff you was doing on that damn finish.
That's clean. That's clean.
That shit was clean. Man, I just had to get that one out. But yeah, moving along from the Shayna Baszler stuff. We got them females looking real tough down there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's taking a step up. I like it. What I really wanted to talk about too before we get into the whole joint, I know we talk about cities and stuff. New York, I just want to tell y'all too, when we got these people here, when we got Monday Night Raw here, when we got Friday Night SmackDown here, we need to continue to turn up.
I know you can do it.
Hell
I know you can do it.
I'm gonna challenge y'all. They're gonna be out here soon too. I believe June 28th, June 29th, around that time period. I need us to turn up. I need us to do that, please. I'm challenging everybody. Also, tonight we had TNA against all odds. It's been an action-packed Friday, chat. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, it's been fucking fun. There's been a lot of things going on today. We got the fucking NBA Finals, the Mavericks stay alive, TNA against all odds, and the SmackDown Go Home show. I just want to get your thoughts real quick. How have you been feeling about the SmackDown shows taking place from the same country of the PLE? Does it matter to you? Not as much?
No, I mean, the only unfortunate part is that many of us have to stay off of social media to not get any spoilers until it's aired on our TV screens. That part's a little, and other than that, I have no problem with it.
Okay.
If anything,
that's my only issue too.
If anything, I'm only glad because it makes the travel on them a little bit easier.
Yeah, okay. Makes for easier shows. And also, too, the way that it was formatted before, too, kind of sucked. Where they'll tape something 2 weeks in advance, and whoever's in the building, they fucking letting all the good stuff out. Like, we already fucking know 2 weeks in advance. Like,
so I think now, I mean, and again, like these shows, they're never going to be perfect, but this is probably as close as it's going to get, and I'm okay with that.
I know we've been talking about trajectory of each company, and tonight I really feel like TNA did themselves a big favor. Now, as they should, in my opinion, because it's a pay-per-view, so naturally I feel like my attention, my focus, my eyes were glued to TNA, and I got SmackDown on simultaneously. Obviously, like I just finished stating, it's a pay-per-view PLE. So to me, I felt like the product TNA was putting out there was phenomenal. Obviously, this is recorded ahead, not ahead of time, because it'll be the nighttime for them out there in Glasgow. But like you said, we're receiving it a little later.
Oh, they're getting it too. Let's see, what time would it be over there? It'd be like 2-3 in the morning over there or something like that.
Cause like when they filmed it, right?
So right now it's 4:00 in the morning over there
in Glasgow. Okay, so they're programming if they keep it at that time.
They would have saw it like 1 in the morning, maybe 12:30.
Okay,
but again, they're all probably gonna catch it later on, or just check the internet.
Man, so yeah, for me, I felt like tonight was not I don't want to say it was a must-see episode of SmackDown. There was some key components there in SmackDown tonight. But how'd you feel about the paper? I really want to talk about TNA. I want to get them their flowers, and then honestly, we could go to WWE. Like, you know, SmackDown it was what it was. I just like to take this time real quick, if we could, to just show TNA some love, man. Like, and I know that you paid attention to that as well. So I want to pick your mind on that. You feel me? We started off with Mike Santana, and that was the how we started off the night, right? Mike Santana and Steve Magna versus the Rascals.
Well, that was the opening for the PLE. By the way, your thoughts on them calling them PLEs, not pay-per-views?
I guess I gotta adjust to the new times, right? Like for real,
So-
I guess this is crazy. MP3 versus CD player or something kind of thing. I don't know, right? Like I don't know what to call these things, but it's all the fucking same to me. It's video
my next question, like between the terms PLE versus pay-per-view, is there really any difference? We're still paying for them at the end of the day.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's how. Hey, you got to pay, right? You got to pay to watch it in some form. It's not like they just saying, "Here, you can access on this website for free as soon as you with no login." Right? You got to at least make a login. Remember when WWE was giving their month free? You had to make a login.
For the network.
Yeah, to get the 1 month free to watch WrestleMania for free. You had to make the login. So I mean,
but
I think, yeah, go ahead.
With TNA with their service, I know this was just recently. If or a couple shows ago, or maybe in the last one, but if you had subscribed to them or whatever to their service, they were given like 3 shows for free.
See, that's not bad. I mean, like it's all how like everything is presented to me, right? So like a company like WWE, you guys already make a shitload of money, a boatload of money, fucking off merchandise, live events, video, the fucking list goes on, movies, all kinds of shit, right? So my thought process is, if you guys would try to charge us for a monthly subscription on top of the pay-per-views when y'all first made the service, I would not be mad, because I came from the era where I paid for pay-per-views. I used to be the guy spending $50 a month, unfortunately. So, you know, like I think a few of us were, you know, we wasn't doing nothing crazy now, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was the guy spending $50 a month, and when the network happened, I thought, well, that was the new place I was gonna have to pay $50 for, and it happened to be, oh, okay, what was it, $10 a month, and you get all the pay. All the pay. I was cool with that.
No, so first they said it was $10 a month to get a month free or whatever. Then they said the pay-per-views are included too. It's like, well, wait a minute, what? So the folks are going, I'm saving this much money. Cool. And then there's and then they've gone through the rumored tier systems that the rumors come and gone, that they may do another tier to where you can get the shows live, and you may have to pay for like the big 4 per se. Folks were okay with that. And then Peacock came. Who knows what's going to happen when this Peacock deal ends? We could get the network back here in the States, but if they went to a tier system to where, say, the big 4 pay-per-views like Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Rumble, they were $10 extra. Not the end of the world.
It's not, and I'm gonna say this why, because I'm a believer in support, right? If you love something, you support it, whether it's your favorite team. If you love the Lakers, Yankees, whatever sports team, you go out and buy their hat and you support them.
Buy the hat, buy the jersey, tickets to the game.
Yeah, so I think it's not much to ask. If we're not buying every t-shirt, if we're not attending every event, we spend a little money to see the things that we love want to grow and succeed.
And here's the other part that folks kind of have forgotten about, in my opinion. Say you spent $10 on that PLE, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You now own a digital copy of that, so you then bought the pay-per-view and the DVD essentially. Remember when DVDs were expensive as fuck?
Man, I miss those, bro. Keep going, bro. You got me, man.
I'm just saying, shit used to be stupid expensive back in the day.
Look, I just had to turn my camera off because I didn't want to bend over on the camera and all that stuff. But like, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to go over here down to my setup. But look at this, bro. A VHS, bro. This right here, people don't understand. To me, like I got goosebumps right now, bro. They can't even see it, bro.
You might be able to see mine. Or
Yeah, I see them popping, bro. Man, bro, like this right here, like actually still in this, bro. Like,
Lily about halfway done with it too.
yeah, you feel me? Like, somebody I gotta rewind it in here, you know, with the back. Remember? Come on, oh man. But the whole physical copies being not like now you have to have online for stuff, bro. Like, if you have no Wi-Fi to watch anything, you might be dead ass fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Physical stuff like this, it went to the wayside, and I even
shout out to the collectors that preserve this stuff.
I wish I kept more, bro. I had so many, like, I would go crazy. What years? Let me see if they got a year on this. 2000, it says right here in the bottom.
Something was made, but what's the title of it?
The Best of WrestleMania.
1 through 15.
And it still has WWF logo, so that's before
WrestleMania's 1 through 15.
Man.
Now, granted, yes, we're spoiled by having it all on Peacock and network to everyone outside of the U.S., but again, to own a physical copy of that, like you said, say your internet goes out or whatever, and you're having to watching it. If you have a working VCR, guess what? You can watch it.
and it's also like we see what these companies do after a while. Like for example, a la Roddy Piper with the blackface. Like, granted, that should be taken off, shouldn't, but it was part of entertainment, part of their history. They wiped it. You can't even see that on the network. So
forgot about that.
Right. There might be some places like this that you can actually, I don't know if that's on here. I doubt it, but I'm pretty sure on some
VHS again, it's year 2000, it might be.
Right? Like, look at the artwork they showed me. Shawn Michaels right there. A special Vince. They said a special Vince interview or something. Like, so as a kid, I was just sold on it, bro.
Yeah, and then that could have been a clip from the steroids trial.
Man, bro, like I was just, man. I even remember buying remember that CD that the wrestlers all came out with? I don't suck. I don't.
WWE original or something like that.
Yep, I had the 2-side version, the one where it was just the audio, and the other side was the actual visuals of these guys in the studio.
Somewhere in this house, I got a copy of the one that it was the yellow cover. It had, I think, Evolution song in there. It had Jeff Hardy's song on there. This
is the anthology,
something like that. Let me see.
I remember when the anthology came out. Oh my god!
I'm not gonna bother looking for the disc because it could be anywhere in this house. But I know Spotify has the album.
Right, like it's
one of my gym playlists.
Man, bro, like it's kind of crazy because I used to really, all of us used to. Well, most of us that grew up in that era, we had Walkman.
It was
CD players and stuff like that.
It was Reckless Intent.
Reckless Intent. Wow.
So I had Batista song, Randy Orton's "Burning My Light," Carlito song, MVP song, RBD, Mark Henry song.
Who makes the music right now?
Right now, I think it's CFOs, but this was Jim Johnson and other folks.
Yeah, I need some substance.
So
back.
think about it. You had Motorhead, POD, Killswitch Engage, 3-6 Mafia, Slick the Shocker.
Would it kill us to get Jim Johnston back for like a fucking side deal? Like, can we have him make one person's fucking music? Like, does everything need to sound the fucking same out here? Like, I don't understand. WWE, I love y'all, but the music fucking sucks.
I'm just saying, since Vince is gone, I'm holding on for that one.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
I am praying for that one.
The Jim Johnston, bro. I'm trying to tell
you. If he comes back, again, they're selling on it as it is. If they know his music's back, you can have standing room only in them bitches.
Bro, it was a whole month that when Judgment Day and Damage Control would come out on the same show, I didn't know who was coming out. All that shit in the beginning, I didn't know who the fuck was coming out. I didn't know if
Bailey got that shit in her song still.
Didn't even Samantha Irvin botch early on botched?
I want to say, I think she got EOS
Judgment Day.
Oh yeah,
like, come on, like that shit was fucking Then you got Solo Sokoa. I like his shit because it kind of sound like what I'm thinking. His shit sound like a shark in water. Dun 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 dun, dun. Like fucking Joe, nigga. Like dun,
Samo
dun,
and
dun, dun.
Jaws.
Like come on, bro. Like I fuck with it because it make me feel like there's a shark in the water, but he's not. No, he's not a shark though. He's not like acting like you know what I'm saying?
I mean, now present day we can make the argument for it, but then nah.
Right, like dun 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 dun. I was like, man, this shit here, man. Jim Johnson has some of the best music.
Please bring him back.
Is he responsible for that Jeff Hardy song, or is that unrelated? Like
that was Michael Hayes.
Oof.
But Jim Johnson might have been there too with the other instruments.
I ain't gonna lie, Michael Hayes is another one that's like he's legendary shit. Like,
yeah, I'm almost certain that was Michael Hayes.
Mr.
Speaking of which, I guess you remember that song they did, or the album he did in 1878 whatever. Hearing about that, him and his crew when they did their Bad Street theme song.
Damn, Bad Street. Now I just heard the song, just that one song.
So they ended up doing the whole album that year. Okay, they just remastered the copy. Only 200 in the world exist.
Wow. again, it goes to the like I got more physical copies of like stuff that like I think I might even have something here. Let me see. That's close by. Let me see if I don't got the look too hard right here. Look, the Stone Cold Truth DVD. Look, that original joint I was telling you about. It's all dirty and stuff because I was a kid and I didn't know any better. I'm over here.
We was like whatever. We was slapping the shit out of it.
Hell yeah. And I was really a John Cena fan, so I had this.
Hey, that album wasn't that bad though that he put out.
It's so real. I even used to get things like this too. UFC Ultimate Knockouts, man. Like, it's just like it's a time that we went away from.
Before YouTube was a thing, kids.
And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like now more than ever, if I was in a position with these businesses, obviously, like WWE can find a way to monetize with YouTube. But it was a time where YouTube stopped monetizing a lot of stuff, like wrestling content, like just point of views from people. You know, so there's like a gray area. So I just urge like anybody, like even AEW, man, what they was doing early on. I know they was starting to make some DVDs early on. I don't know if they went away from it. They did? Or I believe so.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, that's right. The pay-per-views were DVDs at first.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers out there to everybody. You know, we having a good time. We out here tearing it up.
On the topic of music, real quick, please tell me you listened to that LL joint I sent you earlier.
Oh no, I didn't get a chance to.
You man. Son of a bitch!
Fuck, I'm about to play that shit right now. Honestly, hold
on. I'm telling you. I
don't know what the hell I was doing earlier. I was caught up in the rapture of life. All right, let's get it, Chad. Hold on.
LL came out the gates.
So many different hustlers you meet in the game. Shit is cold, but put your trust in them. Let me explain. The greedy killer. He wanna fuck hoes and get the money, but he quick to feel disrespected. One slip of the tongue, wrong word selected. Bullets drilling in your melon when you least expect it. Number one priority, self-preservation. That applies to majority different situations. The daredevil type. Love to make a scene, the nigga hype. If he's the center of attention, you alright. You worry about his rep. Put dirt on his name, you get slept. Extra sensitive, quiet as kept. So you gotta play it cool with him, laugh at his jokes. Don't inhale too deep when he pass you the smoke. He asking you a question, he might go for your throat. It's best to be transparent, or that's all she wrote. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word. Looking like a villain, super V on the glass. Million on the wrist, quick to skip a battle rap. Board that club, waving Maybach flags. 100-foot yachts, jumping waves, running laps. Really just wanna smoke, really just want a piece. The niggas who want the most, somebody end up with the least. Shorty just spoke a lease, ready to go to me. I put it all in the book, praying that she could read. Really, are you a cheat? Niggas just wanna see. I'm running the numbers up. I feel I'm still in the lead. Tentacles in the streets, criminals getting clean. The 7 Series new beam, but really it's not a thing. Always getting the money, still hustle the max. Always keeping it real, always getting it back. Bitches come with the deals. All I want is the cash. My niggas still on the rise. Why I'm charging the tax? Always keep it real, always stand back. Always keep it real, always stand back. Always keep it real. Then there's a boss player. He got a shrewd intellect. He think a big picture. He patient with disrespect. He always keep his word, but there's pressure when he collect. He keep the blicky close. He's smart when he invests. Stay away from his hoes. That'll keep you out the mess. He act like you treat him cold, but that is just a test. Keep your jokes to a minimum when wifey is around. Remember, he's the man, and fuck how it sounds. Give you the shirt off his back. Cross him, that's that. Yeah, always keep your word. Always pay him back. Always keep your word. Always pay him back. Always keep your word. Always stand back. Always keep it real. Always like buckets like a teacher. Just blew a mini mission in Atlanta on some sneakers. I brought the purses to the verses. Been body this shit, big boy hearses. Stand careers like windows in the churches. Brought created the track, the Sunday service. Always have a gauge, always at the Mac. Always move weight, always move the back. Always keep your word, always stand back. Always keep it real, always like crack. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back.
See, that's a fire song right there. And if I could compare, like, you see how LL, like, he did that real masterful. Like, he hasn't really dropped consistently like that, but it doesn't matter. When he dropped, it's fire. We respect it, and it's not to be compared with nothing that's going on now.
So real quick, what was the last LL joint you remember?
Maybe if I'm gonna be honest, it would probably been some shit like Hush. Hush.
Did you know he dropped the album 11 years ago?
I could see that. I could see
No,
that.
no, not just that. Listen to some of the folks that are actually on the album with him. Where's it at? Eddie Van Halen, Snoop Dogg, Fat Man Scoop, Earth, Wind and Fire, Travis Barker, Bootsy Collins, Brad Paisley, Babyface. He got everybody on there.
What's 11 years ago? That's what,
2013.
See, I feel like niggas is in the hating area right there too, though. Like, that's where the young niggas is trying to get the older niggas out of here a little bit. So I want to say that
lineup though.
What's the name of the album though?
Let's see. It's called Authentic.
Yeah, nah, that shit flew over my head. I was in a different world right there. The best rapper alive, Lil Wayne shit, different world.
I saw that too. I was like, how did I miss that?
Nah, man. I mean, I've been like, today I was listening or just going down my YouTube, and I'm seeing there's like a lot of music out there right now. It's the summertime, a lot of people getting active. In this day and age, I don't know if they just went in the studio last night and did this, or they've been working for months. I don't know.
Not even that. All the OGs are coming out of hibernation.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the dumb motherfucker that pissed them off? Also, I don't know if you caught it. Tech Nine did a song with Sacramento rapper X-Rated.
Nah.
Now, again, they're very similar styles. X-Rated X-Rated is like a similar style to More Technique, but a little bit darker, very much darker. But similar style of flow. Again, not a bad song.
And what's the name of it?
Let's see. see what was it at.
Let's see.
The song is called Paranoia.
Okay, yeah, I see it. 11 hours ago. All right, bet. Yeah, man. A lot of like what I got from that song. Like, if I'm gonna make a comparison with music and wrestling, is like LL Cool J again. He's a legend. He stood in his lane. Very much like what I seen Matt Hardy do tonight over on TNA. You know what I'm saying? I know we was discussing how he was used on AEW. Now he went over there during the pandemic. He tried the broken. It didn't work without the fans allegedly. I still feel like past that, when the pandemic came, they probably could have circled back around to it. They had him doing this big time Matt Hardy with the private party,
Big Money Matt.
big money Matt. Like, you know what I'm saying? How were you a fan of that? Big Money Matt? I seen the potential. I just ain't fuck with it though.
Now, the AEW rendition or the original?
Give me both.
The AEW original, I want to know part of it. But then again, that was around a time where I kind of saw the writing on the wall with them. And I was like, nah, don't ruin what I used to enjoy. That's how I kind of approached it.
Okay.
So I kind of kept that close to heart. Now, the TNA version, big fan of it. It was different. It was different for him at the time because he was taking a more serious role. It has some legs, but also he kind of understood that wasn't a long-term gimmick itself. Or at least he kind of knew when to pull the plug on it.
And I think that's why I didn't enjoy that shit in the AEW. It felt like just long like private party. I feel like I don't know what's up with them. They to me a good tag team, but they keep trying to pair them with people and have them. I think you just keep them separate away from people at this point. Like, you even got them in the learning tree shit with Jericho now.
I got a hot take about Private Party.
Give me.
They're in the exact same predicament that the Street Profits are in. One of them is substantially superior than the other. It's probably for the best that you break them up and let them do their own thing.
Who's better, Cassidy or Quinn?
Quinn.
I love Quinn in style. He's phenomenal in the ring.
Quinn's got the cleaner ring work. He's a little bit. He can get the mic if you just let him get his reps in. Only thing with him is he's just been plagued by the injury bug, but he is much better than old boy.
And it's crazy too, because for some weird reason, like in my mind,
see to me,
Amigos
vibe. See, to me, it's so substantial. I remember the other dude's name.
Who? Cassidy, Isaiah?
Yeah, Isaiah Cassidy.
I feel that. I only remember because, like you said, that time away where Quinn was hurt, he was doing like that other shit, like with just.
He was the Hardy Boys young boy. That was it. Just them in the do-rags. That's all I remember.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, nah, that shit needs to get better right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Again, he is talented in the ring. It's just he's here. Quinn's a few paces ahead.
No, but what we gotta be honest too, though. What is it that you always tell me? Okay, but what's gonna set you apart?
Also,
like
Quinn has a much different look, especially with the hairstyle. It's different.
Yeah, when he cut his hair, I was like, oh man, like when he had the two, like,
yeah,
I'm like, yo, bro, that's fire, bro.
That was the look.
That was the look. And then he kind of took a step back, going into like regular mode, like just cut that.
Yeah.
And you lost that little sauce, that you had, so you kind of lost it a little bit.
Because if you think about it, Darby has the face paint, Thunder Rosa has the face paint, Sting has the face paint. For what it was worth, Jake Hager had the hat. Let's see what's the other one. Jake Roberts has Damien the Snake. Quinn could have had the hair.
That could have been his
own look, his own swagger about it.
Because for lack of a better terms, it was just like he had two mohawks until it was braided. Then you could say it was two cornrow braids. Like, you know what I'm
But
saying?
she just kept the
Fire.
mohawks.
Yeah, shit's fire. Presentation is everything, folks. And again, it's just everything we talk about is full circle. We're talking about Private Party. We're talking about the time spent with Matt Hardy, and we seen tonight Matt Hardy in a main event spot on a PLE. Man, like I know I guess this is the norm. We do jump around to the hottest stuff first. We never give y'all the rest of the pay-per-view without the entirety of talking about from top to bottom. But we love to get to the main stuff that y'all came here for. And we, you know what I'm saying? How'd you feel about Matt Hardy's performance tonight against Moose?
Again, those two have done business in the past, and again, they have great chemistry. Moose has only gotten better. And as he's gotten better, and as Matt slowly gets more into the twilight of his career, it's at a point to where Moose can now take care of himself and his partner significantly better. Despite some of the shit we saw in there, again, he knew how to do it the right way.
Now, I usually don't say this. I always say I want to see guys on the main stage, but for some reason, like Moose, I'm not mad if like what he's doing in TNA right now, holding them down. It just he keeps, like you just saying, honing in on his craft, and he keeps working, keep grinding, keeps getting better. So typically, and I would say, I just want everybody in WWE. I like what the fuck he's doing over there.
He's been loyal to them too.
The system. I like the name of that faction. The components he have in there, I like them.
Just a bunch of guys and women who essentially were the embodiment of TNA's current generation. You have Eddie Edwards, you have Moose,
Brian Myers.
Brian Myers as well. He's been like more of the later stuff. I believe Eric Young in that faction, or not Eric Young. That's that other crew in there. But again, folks that have been TNA for the last 10 plus years.
Definitely fire.
Now, me being a selfish bastard of a fan, I would love to see Matt Hardy, just not the Broken stuff, just plain Matt Hardy, Eddie Edwards with their wives either in a mixed match or in their respective corners. There is a shitload of money you can make there.
It's crazy too, because Queen Rebecca, she came back looking leaner than I've seen in quite some time. She came back with that Dakota Kai kind of ring.
Well, again, she got after 4 or 5 kids?
That's what I'm saying.
4.
Yeah.
And again, I haven't seen her in the ring in at least 10 years, maybe.
She didn't look bad in the ring. She took that spot where she went through the table. Timing was a little bit off there. I mean, but again, like you said, that's due to some years not being in the ring. Timing might be a little bit off, but it is what it is.
And again, another name that you can add. Now, assuming she's still as good in the ring as she was then when last time I saw her. But if that's still in there, that's another big name for that women's division. She may not be the level of a Mickie James or Gail Kim, but she can definitely hold her own.
No, then definitely, like you said, straight insert. She's already into main event storyline with Matt Hardy, Moose, or the camp right there in general. So I definitely think it was a solid main event right there. Another match that caught, like, just to continue on the system right there, we had the system versus Ryan and Nick Nemeth. Now that came on probably about later on in the show.
It was just before the co-main, I believe, or some of that, or maybe the match before that one. But yeah, definitely second half of the show.
I thought the Nemeth brothers were gonna, do something special here this evening. Thought they were gonna do the unthinkable on the second night of being a tag team. They had a close ass match, and I'm gonna say this: Nick Nemeth, I felt like he had potential in AEW, but just seeing him with his brother and get to work with his brother, it looked like they're having fun. I can't wait to see, like, I don't know where it goes. I don't see it like them being a tag team for too long, but just him getting to rock with his brother was fun to watch. I feel like he's definitely gonna learn from that moment too. Getting that pop, like this is getting Ryan over. This is the most I've ever seen Ryan over.
And again, with Ryan Nemeth, he was in AEW for what since day one, essentially, just on being the elite. That was it. That and Dark. Has even been on Dynamite before.
He was with that dude that we was talking about, Mr. Peter Avalon. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was with the likes of them guys, just walking around doing nothing pretty much most of the time.
And then with him again, the
Snow,
early
I
stuff
see
on
you out there.
the early BT stuff where he was on there, I was kind of fucking with it. But again, because knowing how talented his brother was, I want to see what he can do in the ring. We didn't get that till long after the fact when I stopped caring about him.
It's good to see though. Like I said tonight, I feel like the last 2 nights I seen him, he's been getting over with the crowd. The crowd doesn't seem to be cringe with him. They don't seem to hate him. He's right.
Dolph's kind of showing him what to do, whatever.
Yeah. So again, it's like, to me, it's a unique situation. Like usually you'll see brothers like it's kind of like Solo, right? Like he didn't get the tag with the Usos. So seeing his dynamic late with them was kind of fun too. I think for me, it's just fun to see the relatives like that, family, getting to work with each other finally after so much time. And I thought it would have had to been the other way around. Like I honestly thought Dolph would have had to go to AEW to get that done. And look,
because Dolph doesn't really want to sign anywhere full time, I think that's kind of what drew him away from AEW because Tony would want to lock him down for a minute, and he's like, "No, I was locked down for 20 years. I'm good."
I mean, and then to me, like in this situation, what it's seeming like in the wrestling world, the best ability is availability. That's what it's looking like. Like if you decide right now, wow, with the current landscape of things, like if you're not a player and you're working your way up to be an A player, I would think it's more beneficial to control your own destiny and, like you said, or even if somebody that has been at that spot before, even if it's more beneficial for you just to take the dates how you want to take them and not be held down. It gives you that flexibility all around to do whatever the fuck you want to do.
And also for someone like Dolph, you can go to these spots that are trying to build back up that rapport and help out the next generation. This is how you get to that next level.
Because aside from the ADR stuff, it seems like that's what Dolph's been doing. He been out here scrapping with fresh, like it hasn't been too many run backs. I feel like the ADR stuff was probably the only thing. Seeing, I think what was Fandango in their group already in the system? That's what you was asking about. I think he had interfered.
No, before he was doing something else, and then I think he's joining the system from what I saw.
Yeah,
but again, another name that TNA has used in the past. I don't know if he's been hurt or not, but again, they have some very reliable names that can help them get to that next level. That's much like TNA in the early days when they got Kurt Angle, when they got a Booker T, Jeff Hardy, Christian, even a Scott Steiner. These were guys that folks wanted to see in the main event, but weren't really quite main event guys even in WWE. Elevated TNA. I believe that we are now getting a committed core of guys that are trying to get TNA back to where it once was.
I need to know who these guys are because it seems like, they doing the perfect recipe for success right here. They putting out the fan favorites on both ends. Like they throwing out some of your favorite faces, some of your favorite heels out there. And this where I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed everything. AJ Francis, Rich Swann. They're pretty entertaining in the ring as well. I believe PCO. Yeah. Go ahead. No, I was gonna say that he had picked up the victory in that match, right? Man, that dude is amazing.
And again, that man is older than Edge.
Dog, the Mountie, bro. The Mountie.
He may be close to Sting's age.
The Mountie, man. That's crazy. Again, it's just to test it. Like, this is why I feel like if you want to put on bangers, and it doesn't really matter of, oh, AEW is the place to go. Or I said this the other day on the podcast. If people gonna go, I want to see them first go to New Japan, second Mexico. But now, I wouldn't mind even TNA maybe being that second place or first place, depending on who's the person.
I mean, granted, the money may not be there, but you were helping a name that at one point was the number 2 promotion in the US, that had a talented roster that, if they chose to, with the steal that they had gained, they probably could have given Vince a run for his money for a few months or whatever, but they chose not to. They just did their own thing because it's work for them. And they've had to scratch and claw their way back of some very shitty situations, much like what WWE has done over the years. I'm not saying they're going to last as long. I hope they do, but again, this is a promotion that has earned everything that they've had. And they have a very loyal fan base.
Yeah, some people, whether they want to admit it or not, like, okay, if you like AJ Styles, where do you think he used to work at? Samoa Joe, Robert Roode, the list goes on. Nick Aldis. There's a few guys that spent time. Look at this guy, Joe Quinn Wild. He was in TNA.
Zema Ion.
You feel me? Like, so this crop, like you said, that TNA had hands on, whether it was help developing them or giving them that platform to go out there and make a name. And I feel like make a name they did.
Frankie Kazarian has been there since day one. Imagine that. He is the TNA. He had a good
damn, who he
essentially.
He just fought somebody tonight too.
He had let's see. I gotta pull up the roster again. There's a lot of matches, a lot of good shit.
I can't think. I had the name.
Joe Hendry.
Yep.
And again, Joe Hendry, I've been a fan of his for quite a long time. When the UK scene was gaining some steam and some North American exposure, guys like him, Grado, a guy named Slacks. He's more in the Australian scene, but he was in there too. Where they were at was where Drew McIntyre kind of regained his mojo, so to speak. Wade Barrett was kind of like helping running that area, because I think he was their GM for ICW at the time.
We got an ICW chant from the kickoff show today out in Glasgow, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I heard that when Drew was out there. It's a fun weekend, man. Just to run down the rest of the TNA card, like we said in the beginning, Mike Santana and Macklin, they went over the Rascals right there. I thought that was a nice look for them right there. I think Santana, I don't know like why he's in a tag team position, but maybe coming off the injury, maybe he needs to ease back into that singles role. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think this is purely for the Mike Santana, Jeremy Macklin story that we got brewing right now. I think it's purely for that.
Okay.
Again, Santana beat him when he made his return to TNA at the last pay-per-view. They're kind of in a story with the Rascals right now. They'll probably do a quick segment with them before Rascals go help out their buddy Wesley in NXT. But it's purely just the story, I think.
Okay.
But also they had great chemistry as a tag team. I was impressed.
Yeah, I was hoping that like it wasn't because of the injury or the reps he needs to get back in, but that makes more sense to me, keeping the story alive right there. Because I was like, man, I was hoping I was really getting geared up for that singles run, and then it's just see him in the tag. Like I didn't know what led into the tag team match today too, so that kind of threw me off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real.
Yeah. So basically, with like, I don't know if you caught the video package for it. So again, Rascals kind of jump Macklin. They kind of jump Santana. So then they both come back at the 1-uppers on them, and they both kind of picture that, hey, they jump both of us. Let's go handle them. We'll do this just this one time, and then if there's still smoke between us, it is what it is. But for now, it was like the enemy is my friend.
Nah,
But again,
yeah.
that when they run that one back, that one's going to be a war.
That match was fire too. It just like again, it surprised me. So I was trying to digest that, like, okay, trying to still figure out where that came from. I missed the video package in the beginning because I was over here trying to queue up the SmackDown on this side too. But yeah, another fire match of the night. We had Mustafa Ali and Trent Seven. How you feel like Mustafa Ali run been?
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's taken a loss anywhere this year. Yeah, I'm almost certain he hasn't taken a pinfall in any promotion this year.
Another good example. Sometimes you got to leave and build your name up.
Mm-hmm. But again, I think when he became a free agent from WWE, his name had the brightest lights because everyone saw what he was doing with the Retribution that shall not be named. They saw the anonymous stuff. Everyone knew he had talent in 205 Live. He wanted to prove he could do more. So once he kind of stepped away, went on his sabbatical, everyone wanted to see what he can do. And he has performed night in, night out, all over the world. You name the promotion, he's been there. While helping rebuild TNA. Because, like they touched on the match, this is the first man in history to win the X Division Championship on their debut match in TNA. To have guys like, again, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Chris Daniels, Kazarian, CM Punk, Homicide, TJP, Petey Williams, you name the list, to Jay Lethal, to everybody else. No one's won on the very first try, especially in their debut.
He just came in and swooped that, like.
And because Scott D'Amore had faith in him. And Ali's been proven why he is essentially kind of rebuilding that title and that brand.
Does that belt? That's the X Division belt you said?
Yep.
Does that still? Can you still cash that in to get a heavyweight championship match? Or
Ali was teasing that after this match.
Mm.
Because again, the X Division title, it is still option C. It's just not you don't use it on just anybody. Now again, the jury's out with Ali still, but the way he's going, him versus Moose, yep, I like where that's going. I don't know if him beating Moose would be the right move, but it'd still be a hell of a match.
It'd definitely be interesting to say the least, for sure. I think that am I missing any other matches? And I think after that was the main event that we started off speaking about with Matt Hardy and Moose right there, right? Let's decide.
Unless you want to go over the
it might have been a women's match, right?
There was the Jordan Grace match, and then there was the Josh Alexander, Eric Young, and ABC match.
Oh yeah, that's right. The ABC went over.
Now this was my match of the night personally. Big fan of ABC as a tag team. Once they went to New Japan, their brief stints, they kind of took there by storm. Even with the pandemic, they're massive over there. They're still Bullet Club, yeah, but again, they are crowd favorites over there. And then as for Eric Young and Josh Alexander, I'm a big fan of them as single stars. and I kind of liked how they kind of matching gears, similar to the old Team Canada gimmick. But again,
that was definitely dope right there.
in my opinion, that was the match of the show.
Okay, see that right there. And how you felt about the Jordan Grace and homegirl from NXT? What's her name again?
Tatum
Paxley.
Paxley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they kind of teased it when Jordan Grace was announced to face Roxanne Perez at Battleground, so we kind of expected that. For some reason, there was rumors on Twitter today that it was going to be Natty. Wouldn't have been mad at that either, but again, it was a pretty solid match overall. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to, where Tina's going to go with the Jordan Grace Ash by Elegance segment, but I'm here for it.
She's looking like money out there. Ash, she's looking like money. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Now, I say this. It's something that we were speaking about beforehand. I felt like in WWE, like she was kind of, she couldn't break out this character because, like I said the other day, when you hire to WWE, I feel like you kind of got to play a role. You're not at liberty to green light to just go out there and do whatever you want. I mean, you can ultimately do that, and then you might not see TV time for a while, right? Like you don't just have the green light to do things. So her freedom of reign right now to do whatever she want in TNA is kind of dope to see that. Like it's always good to see people creativity post WWE.
Also, I think with her, she was. I mean, she was always kind of at the mercy of Vince and Vince's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
For all of her gimmicks, whatever. So I think Vince never really wanted to take a chance on her for whatever reason. I mean, we'll see if she's gotten better in the ring. She wasn't that bad to begin with, especially in NXT. But again, let's see where this goes.
I mean, and then playing devil's advocate though, like sure, you can have her excel in WWE, but in the same land though, she got Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch. At that time, Alexa Bliss. You feel me? So it was a tough Oscar.
You say Sasha Banks too?
Nope. Sasha Banks. Bailey. Hug Life Bailey.
Ronda Rousey.
The Riot Squad.
You might have had Nikki Bella too to deal with.
Yup. I think so. If you talking about, yeah, you still got the Bellas around.
Dana been there a while.
Yeah, she has. Yeah. You talk about Nikki Cross. We ain't even mentioned Nikki Cross.
Again,
it was too much going on.
Again, deep roster, and again, Vince didn't know what to do with it. Thankfully, Triple H does, and so does Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you're at the mercy of Vince, there's not really a whole lot you can do.
Mandy Rose. Like, there's a lot going on.
She's been saying she wants to come back.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. To me, it'll be fire if everything Otis said he lost, that nigga just get back, yo. Yo, that nigga said, yo, I lost my girl. I lost my tucky. I lost my money in the bank.
Leave my boy alone. He been through enough.
I'm for it, bro. Get that man his shit back. Stop playing with him. Like, this is Barry Allen refixing the timeline shit we doing, y'all. Like, we going back and we altering timeline.
This one got me all the way fucked up. Now I'm getting my hopes up thinking that Mandy Rose make a shock appearance to help Otis.
Oh, that'd be fire. That'd be fire. We like and do we want to see her go right back to NXT? Maybe she got unfinished business there, right? Like
no. You lock her up with Otis, she gonna be one of the top babyfaces off tops.
Money. Especially since
because of that alone.
Bro, it's crazy what she even got fired for to think that what they doing on TV now.
Thank you.
Nah, y'all just hated on her to be real. Like
Well,
y'all mad y'all couldn't get a piece of that pie in turn, not her pie. I'm talking about a pie, this pie. You freaking nasties. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think in their case, Triple trying to tell her, wait till we lock this deal in, woman. Give us like 2 months.
I think that played a part too, cause
All
like,
you had to do was wait.
I feel like that's what got Riddle canned too, for real.
No, Riddle said he couldn't pass drug tests because he kept doing too much coke.
Man,
He is not bashful about that, which amazes me.
like yo, but only if you waited, there'd probably been no more drug tests. Who knows, right? Like shit.
I don't know if you can't stay off the snow. I mean, look at you know who allegedly
John
elsewhere.
Jones is good though.
Well,
John Jones is good.
that is no
But
man.
you got to be the best,
He's
right?
different.
Yeah, you got to be the best, right? Like,
He's different.
he's dead. That dude is the man. I ain't gonna lie. John Jones been fucking dudes up since.
I feel like him on cocaine gives the opponents a better chance of winning.
That's what I thought. I didn't even know how he lose a fight because of that. I thought it, like, how is that an enhancement? I thought you supposed to be like,
He's making it fair for the opposition.
and they acting like he did it right before the fight.
Even if he did, again, he's trying to help them out.
That's
if he's all
crazy.
sloppy, they might be able to tag him.
You know, that's funny, right? Taking bumps before the fight. Quick transition. Shout out to Dead Man and the Undertaker podcast. He said he gave the man some Jack Daniels before what they did before the chair shots and all of that.
Yeah,
Man,
to thin in that blood a little bit.
that's funny as shit.
If you're allergic to aspirin, and plus, Jack Daniels is good for the soul too.
Well, look, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's crazy too, because for me, I'd have probably bled dumb easy. All I had to do was probably give myself a little cut beforehand. But I feel like whenever I was outside playing sports, anything will fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Just hit the concrete, I start bleeding like shit.
Some folks are just bleeders.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people
look at the Diaz brothers.
Facts, right? Like,
but real quick, your thoughts on the main event for 303, Conor and Chandler being postponed.
I kind of had suspicion this was gonna happen once they delayed I think it was a press conference they delayed.
They canceled all media.
Canceled the media, but they said the fight's still on. That's cap.
But also supposedly, I haven't checked ESPN Plus, but from what I had heard through Twitter, they took the fight off of buying it and they brought it back at a lowered price.
And what's the reason and who pulled out?
So supposedly Conor got a recent injury in training. That's what they're saying.
I mean, this man was off doing movies, getting stabbed in the chest with wooden forks, like he's a vampire and shit. You seen that shit? You seen that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Well, Roadhouse. That's my shit.
Bro. I love that movie. Yo, the dude, man, fuck that. We giving spoilers, man. Dude got hit with the boat, flew on top of the building.
This man died like 10 times in less than an hour.
Bro, I was like this. I was like, ain't no way. Bro, I was like, ain't no way this nigga gonna still be alive after this shit, bro. And then fucking the dude just pop out like with this cockhead look like, hey. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, actually, that movie was fire though.
Actually, I'm probably gonna rewatch that tonight to count how many times he fucking died.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was convinced when he fell off the little jet ski, or little speedboat the first time. I thought it was over for Conor in the water, bro. Like, I thought he was long gone back then. This man
Same
just
here.
Like, bro, he just popped up at that. And I'm like, nah. And then he's impossible to defeat. It's like one of these dudes you playing in a video game on Hall of Fame difficulty. Like, why is he so fucking?
This motherfucker is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Bro, like, this nigga was like Wolverine, bro, on crack, bro. Like,
Dalton! Dalton!
Oh man, nah, that shit was hilarious. And it was entertaining though, because like I said, I ain't seen him fight in a while. So that's a little bit of action we get from Conor.
He hasn't been in the UFC in 3 years.
That's tough. And those last 3 years ain't been good.
And even the 3 years before that weren't the greatest either.
He had to go do the boxing shit after with Mayweather. That shit went left.
And then before that was the shit with Khabib.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that whole he played himself with that Mayweather shit too. Like he had a chance to really like do something there, and he dropped the ball. He fumbled. He thought he could go against the greatest.
So supposedly they're gonna
boxer
run
of
it
all
back.
Who?
Mayweather and Conor. And then Saudi wants to run back, and Saudi wants Conor versus Pacquiao.
Yo, Mayweather, my brother. I know you doing it for the bag. Yo, sign me up. I'll make a track, bro. Walk me to the ring with you, you heard? My boy Snake Eyes out there, you know what I'm saying? Get that bag, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to do that matchup, though, no more. You don't need to prove nothing to nobody. But if you feel like that's the bag matchup, Mayweather, you go for it. We here, though. You know what I'm saying? Money team shit, Harlem, you heard? We here,
Y'all need a PR guy?
You feel me? Like, let us know. Talk to us. We here. Razor sell this shit. This motherfucker sell this shit. He got the fucking internet on lock. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Go check the Twitter. Go check X.
Be like the little newspaper boys from 1930s. Extra, read all about it.
Yeah, come on, man. Got to get right with us. Just talking about fights and stuff, it just popped in my head. Did you watch Logan Paul? He had Donald Trump on his Impulsive podcast.
I haven't watched it yet.
So
I look forward to that one, honestly.
Interesting little tidbit he said there. He said when Tyson got hurt, he was ready to step in and fight his brother Jake.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Because Logan's
was bullshitting on that before.
Logan's wanted to do that for a while, but it's one of those when the money's right, when the time's right. So he's one of that.
It would have been crazy. Logan come out to the boxing ring with the United States Championship. Like, he kind of did that already, right? With something, he went to he won the championship and then flew out to Jake's fight. I think when he won it over Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
Man, see, like that's an exhibition match you really can't get mad at. Two brothers, they going at it. Unless they really do some choreographed shit, you really can't be mad at that. Like, they'll go at it right there.
So, assuming that fight does take place, who you got in it? Assuming there's gonna be no bullshit.
I think I want to say Jake, right? Because now, like, if Logan Paul go in there with the same kind of, I can't say that though, because Jake is no Floyd Mayweather though. So that reach might be different. That length that Logan Paul has might be different. But I just think the ultimate.
Did Logan box Anderson Silva too?
I know one of them fought Anderson Silva.
It might have been Logan.
I just feel like Logan's thing is, if he was true to that boxing shit, he would have continued doing it. I just feel like he didn't want to do that same grind that Jake was doing.
Well, no, he's kind of put on Twitter and on the internet that he's retired from boxing, that he wants to focus on WWE stuff. He wants to do more with WWE.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Just off that nature right there, I don't know how committed he would be to that match. It'd be just like a step in money grab. I know I could fight a little bit. I'm a trainer in Puerto Rico, you know what I mean? But Jake has been training, especially for the Tyson fight already. So I think I would have to edge Jake right there. I would have Jake winning that shit. Now, is there a knockout involved? I don't know.
No, because again, that's where the bullshit will come in. They'll just do a basic spar, and they'll give the win to Jake by points, just to lock in the bag. I'd be surprised if they kind of duke it out and shit.
I would too, because it's still time to make that happen. Allegedly, like, they set in stone to November, but I mean, from here to November, anything can happen. Or September.
I want to say September 15th is the target goal. Maybe November, but yeah, it's definitely
the only reason I said November. I think I heard him say November on that podcast with Trump. But yeah, that interview was crazy too. Logan Paul really came a long way. Like I never really disliked the guy. I just never really watched his content like that. Like it wasn't geared for me. You know what I'm saying? But he came a long way from what he doing. Miz is
Yeah,
in WWE.
the target date is November 15th.
Okay. Yeah, so I feel like a lot could happen. Like, let's say for whatever reason Tyson is not cleared to go. This date's already. The only thing that'll be interfering is WWE obligations for Logan.
And that would be the week or 2 weeks before Survivor Series.
So that'll be a tough ass possibly. But like you said, if it's an agreement exhibition match, like y'all just go out there, y'all throw, you know what I mean? Y'all throw some shit, but y'all don't go wow. Like,
But then again, it's probably dual because this was supposed to be at Cowboy Stadium and Survivor Series is rumored to be at the Garden, even though it hasn't been confirmed yet. They'll probably do Barclays because it's bigger, but I mean, for historical significance, they probably should go at the Garden instead of do Peely's there that often anymore.
Unless they do something special. I went to a Survivor Series in Brooklyn. Shit was trash. I'm be honest. I love my experience that I went there, you know.
But again,
was
it's
in
not
the
the Garden. It's not the Garden.
It's not. It's definitely. And when people say that too, it's like I've been in both. It's really a different vibe. Like down to everything, down to walking in the building, to how you get there,
It's a more intimate environment.
Yeah, everything. Especially like depending where you sit too. Like if you're fortunate enough to sit in the floor seats in the bottom in both arenas, it's a different vibe, different rollout. And even when you sit up top, it's a different vibe, different roll. Like, so I don't know. For me personally, I think Barclays has the more new feel because I obviously just made that shit.
Yeah.
But the more prestige when I go to Madison Square Garden, I look up at the rafters and I see all those Knicks jerseys up there. I'm like, oh shit. The hockey jerseys, the Rangers. I'm like, oh, this is what they sell out in here. This is what everybody come to right here when they talk about the Garden. Like, you know, they did Brooklyn. They sold out Brooklyn when The Rock was there. Shit was fire too. I would have really enjoyed to see Rock in the Garden, but I get why they did Brooklyn though. Like,
hey, we could get it this year. Because remember, Rock started in Survivor Series. Roman started in Survivor Series. Punk came back Survivor Series.
That's another thing that we was disappointed for, but in retrospect, getting what we got now, I'm not mad. When that Survivor Series I'm talking, that's how I went to, it was the Rock's 20th year in the WWE, and they kept showing the package like he was gonna come out or something, and all of us were just disappointed the whole fucking night, bro, because they just kept teasing, oh, the Rock's 20th celebration of Survivor Series, and nothing.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
That shit, and then to know, I think that's around the same time period he was supposed to face Roman at Mania, if I'm not mistaken.
The first go around.
It really made things salty. Like, damn, bro. Like, but then again, in retrospect, now in 2024,
it's a much bigger fight now.
Yeah, it's way bigger than just that one moment in Brooklyn and survive. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was way bigger.
Because say you had it back then, Rock goes over. I don't think Roman recovers from that. Because, yeah, he beat Cena too, but Cena's already well established. Roman would have been the new kid on the block. That would have ruined Roman.
What if Rock beats Roman now? Does it damage Roman now still?
No. Because, again, assuming there's shenanigans, Roman could run it back. You could have a best of 3 with that, between the two of them. I mean,
and you're not killing no streak. And you're not killing no streak. I think that was the whole thing at the time. Like, nobody wanted The Rock to be the one to come back and beat
again,
him
with
for
this,
the streak.
You could treat this like you treated the early Brock Taker matches, where you just every like 3 to 6 months, just keep that on ice. It's still gonna pop off. And then Cole could do something on the lines of, these two men claim the head of the table. And again, just the family beef alone is all you need. No belt, no nothing.
Because I was reading report. Well, it wasn't really a report. I think it was more like I don't got the source in front of me, but The Rock was interviewed about WrestleMania in Vegas, and he said, "You read that? That he said,
I read part of it, yeah.
yeah." So I kind of did that. I skimmed through the what was quoted, and he was saying that it's gonna be big. That's all he could tell you. Final boss, like.
And again, I think Rock Cody happens before then, because of Rock's age. I don't know how, and because again with Roman and his condition as well, I don't know how much longer you can hold off on them having that first match either. I lean more towards Rock Roman at Mania, and then you could probably do maybe hypothetically Cody Punk, something like that. For night two, for what the other night? If it's not already gonna be maybe Jade versus Rhea.
Now, do you think they do some shit like they did this year, where it'll be a stipulation that night one has to do with night two?
What would be the reason behind it?
I don't know.
Unless you're doing Cody Rock 3 night 1, Rock Roman 2, and do a repeat of what we did this past Mania, that I guess, but again, you're kind of just repeating what you just did with Cody, so I don't think it goes as far. I mean, it'll probably be fine, but it's like, I mean, Cody just went through this.
Cause I feel like time, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like time is flying, and by the time we know it, we're gonna get past SummerSlam, and we're gonna be we're gonna start eyeing down Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly but surely, we're gonna start eyeing Rumble. Like this, to me, this time right here has been moving the fastest for me in wrestling. Like for me, historically, everything that you usually feel slow after Mania.
And also, there's a lot going on too, so that's why it's flying by, because it's hard to keep up with both shows now. Let alone AEW, TNA, everybody else.
Right. This is like, aside from just a Bloodline story, I feel like the Bloodline story was the story before. Now we getting where Raw got their own story. SmackDown got Bloodline and other shit going on. But like before, the Raw story was Brock Lesnar capturing their belt and going to fucking losing it to Roman or some shit.
Him being in the mountains for about 8-9 months.
And just deading everything that was built on Raw. So now it's like we getting a different time period, like you said, where we got to worry about both shows. And low-key got to start keeping an eye on NXT, because like I'm at a point in my fandom where I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be that fan. Yeah, when these superstars debut, I'm just like, who is this?
Especially with that women's division, like, how much have we missed? Like we missed a couple of generations.
Yeah, like you got fucking Kiana James out there just beating Natalia.
Well, I mean,
and I don't even know what Kiana James did in NXT. That's why I feel that way. Like maybe if I know what she did over there, maybe I have a different tune. And this is why I'm saying that I got to start keeping a closer eye.
And then you have Jada Parker, you have Lola Vice, you have Sol Ruka, you have Roxanne Perez, you still have Cora Jade, you have Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson.
You know why all them joints is fire to me? Because they don't give me like ultra young, innocent vibes. Like if you go back to NXT and how they were really trying to make like an early Becky Lynch, an early Sasha Banks, an early Alexa Bliss, like they really made them so fucking green, bro, that it was it was crazy. Like, and so what they transitioned to, you look back and you're like, wow. Like even Charlotte a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like she was very bland with how they presented her early on.
And now you have this rendition where everyone is showing their personalities.
Yes, you blending that real life with the character. You know what I'm saying? So we getting the best of both worlds right there. I think that shit is just it brings back kayfabe a little bit because you don't know, like, it blurred the lines of reality. Chat, you
Mm-hmm.
don't know when people cutting promos if they speaking from the heart or these were handwritten for them bullet points. Here, this is what you're gonna touch on.
Maybe they're that wild in real life.
Facts. Like Jada Parker, right? Prior to last week or the last 2 weeks, I've seen her in the ring. You know, like you said, we could go to YouTube and watch clips of people and stuff. But with the promos, you don't get to always hear promos. Sometimes when you go look up YouTube highlights. So I hear her
Sometimes you gotta go to Peacock.
Yeah, you got to go to the network, y'all. Don't let McAfee say it. He'll tell you got to, you know what I'm saying? You ever heard McAfee refer to Peacock?
The cock.
The
I ain't
my boy
baffled.
my boy McAfee, he be wilding. He telling y'all how it is. You know what be funny about Pat McAfee? He's like that blur of reality I'm talking about. Like anybody else could have did this.
He's an everyday human being.
Anybody else that might have done this, you don't know. They might be scared to just say certain shit. He's going out there, fuck it, bro. Like,
take me as I am.
yeah, like what's gonna happen? You're just gonna tell me not to say, like, you know, whatever his reaction is, that's how he going out there. He's just like, bro, I'm having fun. I'm just saying this shit, shooting the shit.
And with him, it's like, fire me. All right, cool. I'm still living my best life.
Man, wonderful job to have right there. My boy got his own setup on ESPN and leads right into his show on YouTube, which is a sweet setup.
I don't know if you noticed, but he stopped giving a shit. He's dropping F-bombs on ESPN now. It gets censored, but he just letting them rip.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, there's disclaimers. Originally, from what I know, he was doing his show on YouTube as is. If ESPN picked him up, you know, you got to take that, hit that censor button.
Well, he was allowed certain words, but he had told them, out of respect for them, they will try to not use the F word. And they probably said, hey, go ahead, be you. we paid for you. Go be you.
Yeah, because it definitely felt like a different vibe. Like, it was like in the beginning when you watch the ESPN show, when that shit's about to wrap up, he kind of letting you know, yo, the after party's over here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Even during when they're at the college campuses, I don't know, because I would always watch on YouTube. Right when it goes and done, that whole crowd starts going, fuck, 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 fuck.
Man, they on point. They already know what it is. Yeah, it's a different time. You know what I'm saying? So having that green light, like I was saying, to come out there and say stuff on WWE, not everybody got that. Some people could take the chance. It is, you know, that development for the development, that shit don't hurt. It's just that machine over there that WWE has created is really unmatched. Like,
if you want to break it down, McAfee cut his teeth in NXT just like everybody else.
Who?
McAfee cut his teeth in NXT like everybody else.
Yeah, he was there.
So he earned a spot.
Nah, he definitely did too. And like he surprised me too with that match with Adam Cole and shit. Like, that shit, I thought it was a good match too. Like, I didn't expect it. Like, I don't like to just body shame or judge, but I seen him and I'm like, nah, I don't think he could do good in the ring. Like, you know what I mean? And he's surprised.
But the shit he was doing,
it kind of made me forget. Like, oh yeah, nah, the dude was in the NFL for a reason. Like,
hitting them box jumps in the J's.
You feel? Yeah, crazy. Cheers to Pat.
And the J's probably fresh out the box.
Man, what a lovely, lovely job right there. But I guess let's get into the SmackDown notes for tonight for the go home show for Clash. Clash starts, you know, at 2 p.m. Eastern for me on my time. What time is that for you?
11
11?
a.m. Thank God I get to sleep in an hour.
Yes, sir. So we got 11 a.m. for you right there. So we're gonna start off. They start off the night with Naomi versus Chelsea Green. What I took away from this, I'm not gonna lie. We was talking about the crowd. The crowd didn't, to me, stand out as much as France did. Maybe they changed that tomorrow. Maybe they saving a good. But I remember France was lit Friday SmackDown. That gave us a taste of what was to come the next day.
From the moment their asses hit the seats, they was on.
That's what gave us the sound alert. That Friday night SmackDown. Crazy. Yeah. Naomi picks up the victory there. It was a decent match. You know what I'm saying? I could see why they booked this match. Piper Nivens is in the corner of Chelsea Green, and Bailey's out there with Naomi. So
Just
we got a
warm
continuation.
up the crowd a
Yeah.
little bit, whatever.
Yep, and keep the two ladies that's gonna be involved in tomorrow's match not doing too much. So I wasn't really mad at that. We go backstage, we see Delgado backstage talking with Nick Aldis. There's a lot going on in that backstage segment, you know what I'm saying? You got Baron Corbin out there, you got Legato. I like that they trying to incorporate Baron Corbin.
That was different.
Yeah. I hate that shit just be feeling random sometimes. And I'm gonna get to it later in that match when their match comes up. But
Please do.
yeah, Austin Theory and Waller, they come out. It seemed like they was going to tease like a tag team title match for tonight. And did you hear anything after the show? Maybe for tomorrow. I mean, I think we thought something like this might happen.
It looked maybe they're gonna stretch this for Money in the Bank until it's looking, but yeah, I kind of thought we are gonna get something this weekend, but they already have their 5 matches. I guess they're like, nah, we don't need a 6. We have a good flow right now for these shows.
Okay, yeah. So they kind of did it that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ciampa needs to be on his own. Austin Theory needs to stop being wasted. Grayson Waller could go be developed on his own.
Hold on. Pause. Time out.
Come on, cook with me.
I want your thoughts, raw and filtered, on what Gargano was saying to Austin Theory.
With the whole weight, oh man. So I felt like when he started the weight, that's what made me like that segment when Gargano started to talk to Theory like how what they were in NXT. And then you see Theory really listening to him like damn, like you really were big bro. And ultimately too, he told him like, bro, I know the real you, bro. Like this dude over here, he's just using you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Theory starts thinking about shit like, and ultimately Theory, it goes back to when I said, what incentive do these guys got being together? And you said they two dickheads. Like, fucking two dickheads together.
What else you gonna call it?
Like, what else? So it is what it is. We got the two dickheads together, and I think it's time for Austin Theory to stop being a dickhead and start being a serious competitor. At least that's what I feel like. He's talented, bro.
Well, I will say, I mean, if they're in Australia and Grayson Waller country, and call him a cunt. that's a term of endearment down there.
You feel me? Like, yeah, Grayson Waller, he's good on his own, bro. He could do something else, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He could be kept far away from this.
He'll make something work.
Yeah, like
he's kind of like how Elias was. You let him find his own shit, he'll make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Just let him do his thing.
Especially with that the fact that he got the Grayson Waller effect, that show, you can make anything happen with that. A la Geritron 3000 and all those segments.
Plus, he could talk shit.
Yeah, bro. Oh man, it's so much you can do with him. Backstage host, whatever the fuck. And then just the dynamic of what it like I don't know how it would work, but I would envision Ciampa splitting away unless they create a new way where there's Ciampa, Theory, and Gargano.
Well,
And he helps Theory focus on becoming more of a singles competitor, and and go that route. But I'd like to see Champ on his own completely too, though. Like I would kind of like to see that.
Well, if we're talking about just the way as a whole, only one guy's unaccounted for, and there's been talk about where he's going to end up. But if he's not there, expect him probably to be with the way at some point.
Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
And then because then it'll make perfect sense. You still got Candice and Indy. They on Smack. Are they on SmackDown? No, they on
SmackDown.
Raw.
I think they're all on
they
SmackDown.
all on SmackDown. Like,
I'm pretty sure they're all on SmackDown.
Yeah. So I think now unless that was a ploy for Gargano to just get in his head, but I still feel like somewhere both teams break up and you allow a fresh tag team. Maybe yeah, I know y'all been talking about the bloodline. That's when Tongaloa and Tamatonga sneak in and get their look. I could possibly see that.
Again, there's not many other tag teams right now that would work.
Street Profits, I'm kind of tired of they shit by default right now. Like, they in that position where they just get beat the fuck up. And y'all the Street Profits.
Out of respect for Dawkins and Montez, I will not repeat what I said earlier in this program.
Man. It's crazy too. Like, they need to figure something out there. Kevin Owens, I'm tired of him too. I'm be honest. It's probably not his fault, but the way that he's presented to me whenever he's on the TV screen and he's associated with the bloodline, I fucking hate it.
Well, his stuff with the bloodline ended when him and Sami Zayn beat the Usos. That was that. You have no more business with them. It's done. You're not Randy. They didn't take a year and a half from you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they took some time from you, but again, you got your leg back already. You're done. Get your ass over there.
Mm-hmm.
Go pick on somebody else.
And then it's my issue too. Like, then you beefing with Solo. Now you got two random tag team. Like, you got a random tag team helping you, and then they trying to justify. Oh, when we won our first Raw Tag Team Championships back when we don't even fucking remember. Kevin Owens was there. You were there, Kevin Owens. You remember? It's like I felt like you trying to convince him and us. Like, Kevin, you were there. You were there. You remember? I was like, fuck, man. Like, Dale, I see you out there, Dale.
If WWE was allowed to do what TNA did, you would hear CTE, CTE, CTE.
Bro, man. That's the shit that was like, I felt like they could have did better right there in terms of like, again, plug and play. Like, why does Kevin Owens have to still be entangled with the bloodline? Why do they still have to be in a 3v3 scenario with it's not even a faction. They're not even going after it's just like, what the fuck does Kevin Owens have that y'all want?
He yells at them.
Like, he defies.
He'll go, ah!
Yeah, and it gets Solo tight. Like, nah, you making too much noise. Like, like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? They got to make something.
Again, him, just like with Sammy, it's like they got their lick backs. They're done. They have now. Jay, he got unfinished business. It's different with him, but Sammy and KO, nah, you done. You good.
Man. Now but before we spin the block back on that, because that's main event of SmackDown, Solo and Kevin Owens. Like I said, Apollo versus Santos. There's a lot I got right here that bothers me. Not gonna lie. Make your fucking decision with Santos Escobar. Are you gonna fucking push him or not? I don't fucking understand. I don't. Because this week's where I'm invested, like, yo, this motherfucker came up. You know, Legato shit. You know, even LWO, I was happy. Oh, he's with Rey Mysterio. Oh, he broke apart now. Oh, we cooking. All right. to then have him be in this match with Apollo, which I'm not mad, but I've been clamoring for Apollo to get something. So I'm in a crossroads here. Like, bro, where the fuck do I go when now, okay, now I got a little bit happy here. I seen Baron Corbin come out. He attacks fucking Humberto. He attacks Angel. You know, things are looking like, all right, we might have a new tag team here. We might have Baron Corbin and fucking Apollo, right? Nah. In the good words of my man LA Knight. Nah. Homegirl, Elektra Lopez, man. Fire joint, man. She seen my boy Apollo about to go for the finish at the top rope. Mind you, this is after I said, hold on, let me not skip over the fact that Humberto and Angel got up from getting attacked from Baron Corbin and tried to attack Corbin, and he once again puts them down, all for Apollo to still fucking lose because of Elektra Lopez. Now, if this was anybody else booked in this spot, I'd have been fine. Apollo got did dirty once again. And if this is all for fucking Santos Escobar just to be held in a fucking bullshit feud for the rest of the summer, I guess I got what I asked for, right? They took them away from the elder. They taking them away from Andrade, right? Not yet. We saving that for SummerSlam. We gonna milk this bullshit until SummerSlam, right?
So we're gonna just ignore the fact that Apollo just got his ass whooped by Santos and Andrade back-to-back weeks. We're gonna skip right past that part too.
Nah, cool.
And it happened. I mean, back-to-back weeks. Put the pause on this man. Get up. Like,
then the face was telling. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't even be surprised if Apollo leaves the company, y'all. I'll be honest. Like, the way he sat there at the end of that match is looking like they just running out his contract right now. Like, I don't know
and
what.
Again, ain't nothing wrong with that. Again, like I said, if he wants to do the AW stuff, that's perfectly fine. Go right ahead, or even go to TNA. I would love to see you go over there. Just
Cook
again,
up, brother.
Go where you're appreciated, not tolerated.
Yeah, because they like, bro, as soon as they had something, like they still got something with you and Corbin. But the way you reacted at the end of that match is like Corbin just helped you for no reason. Everything just fucking for you know.
The body language was very telling.
Yeah, bro. And I'm still high on Santos. I feel like he has a place on this main roster, whether it's Raw or SmackDown. I feel he has potential to be one of the best heels on the roster. As far as in-ring work, I understand like he's not like a high flying, like he's not showing that right now to the WWE universe. Is he capable? Yes, but he's wrestling within character style, so
Does he
hasn't
need
shown
to?
us. No. But here's the big but. If you're putting him up against a Gunther, you might have to get into a deeper bag now. You know what I'm saying?
And there will be a time for that, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say how it's crazy for me, and I think like Gunther has become that like that intercontinental barrier. Like it's either if you can hang with him or Logan Paul, then yeah, you can hold that title. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we at with it.
He's a solid measuring stick.
Yeah, for sure. Cause there's matches that like even Gable, right? When Gable they say Gable should have beat him. There's not many guys that they say that about during that run.
Because folks know what Gable can do if you give him the chance.
There's not many guys. So yeah, Baron Corbin just still finding his way on the roster somehow. I'm happy for him, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Cody came out.
Uh,
Now the thing, how you felt about that promo between them? I feel like it's too much sometimes when you get that kickoff and then they facing off right at SmackDown before this. They, sometimes they do too much.
I was gonna say more so. Aside from the you quit from everywhere and all that, do you have anything else on the guy?
That's what felt very played. He kind of says something that
I mean,
maybe
it
I
was
was
still
just
funny,
like,
but it was still entertaining. But it's like, I mean, between Roman's promos towards him and AJ's, there's not much of a difference.
and then he said, "You beat Seth Rollins, but I'm no Seth Rollins. I'm the phenomenal." Now that sounds cool, but Seth Rollins beat you for the heavyweight championship, Mr. AJ Styles.
Yep.
So you didn't sell me like that line didn't hit for me. So you like you balking right now, but that line it felt flat for me. Like along with the AEW stuff, like if they not gonna mention AEW by name, that shit is just stupid. They keep mentioning Ring of Honor like Tony Khan doesn't own that shit too.
Right.
That's just my little. It's not that serious, but come on, just fucking just say the name already. But oh, my friends and I built this other company. Like that's the little corny shit that y'all still do.
But also, I mean, it is more of a professional putting it more aside from the MJF style promo.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're giving them the free publicity and they're just like, no, you ain't even worth saying the name.
Right. Nah, I get that part. Facts. So they mentioned like
TNA had to earn it. Ring of Honor earned it. New Japan is Triple H is going, hey, no hard feelings.
Mm-hmm. So again, they did what they did with their promo. I'll still be, I think I would have been hyped for the match regardless of this promo.
Mm-hmm.
I was hype for all the little social media bitch that everybody was putting up. Oh, AJ Styles never lost the I Quit match. Oh, like even the little rumblings of what AJ Styles said tonight, like, oh, AJ, like we heard this before. Cody quits from everywhere.
Yep.
It just felt like they had to go out there and say shit. They was probably freestyling most of it. So it is what it is. We get that backstage segment with a bloodline just whipped out the Street Profits. This is what I'm saying. They just did to just help other people and get smoked. Their stock is to me went down. Like I don't even like unless they do something drastic, like I don't even know what that drastic would be, but their time as a tag team to me is just like
it's run its course.
Yeah.
Even when they had tag team gold, like they still felt like they were missing something.
It's because I feel like for them, as much as we like to see them play around, it's got to be a time where, like, when you're a champion, the game stop. Like, I don't know how many champions I grew up on that were happy go lucky, bro.
I mean, nope.
Like I'm talking about even the IC champion when you had Shawn and Razor fighting for it, going up the fucking the ladder or the Rock throwing Austin over the bridge. Like shit was happening for these belts. Niggas was trying to murder each other for these belts.
Even when Santino Marella wanted, he wanted to beat Honky Tonk Man's record from the gates. He was calling for it. He's like, no, I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him.
Like, and you talk about terms of tag team, like, okay, New Age Outlaw. Look, you want to talk like when we talk about old tag teams, New Age Outlaws came out with some better. Oh, you didn't know? Yo ass better call somebody.
But also,
what?
both of them could work in the ring. Both of them could talk on the mic.
And then got put into a faction kind of like different, but still profits got put into a faction.
And then it worked. They elevated themselves.
And became your 6-time, 7-time tag team champions of the world.
Mm-hmm.
The Road Dogg. The badass Billy Gunn. The new age outlaw. Man, that shit I used to pop as a kid when I used to hit, bro. Like shit like that, man. Even Undertaker and not Undertaker, pardon me. Kane and X-Pac, bro.
That one was funny.
That was a funny, but you knew, nigga, Kane is lifting you 7 feet in the air for a choke slam, bro.
Booker T and Kane.
Booker T and Gold does, right? Like, but you knew Booker T was a five-time. Anytime he won, he could drop Goldust and start contending for the heavy. Like, there's just no validity right now as to where, like even Kofi Kingston, right? Do you know what keeps the New Day still afloat? In my opinion, that nigga was an Intercontinental. He's a like well decorated champion. Mad tag team belts, Intercontinental, heavyweight. As to where Xavier Woods has nothing really except the tag team, which could be argued. Was he in the match when they won those belts? Or was it Big E and Kofi? That's when you really got to start, you know?
He has defenses with them, so Freebird rules.
Yeah, so right. Then we'll have to go into a real, okay, but does that matter that he won it when he defended it, right? Like, we'll have to really break it down. Because to me, defending it probably mean more than actually win, but winning it means a lot too, depending who's holding the championship.
Mm-hmm.
And defending, depending who you defending it against. So there's a lot that could be said right there. And even them, like the New Day, let's say if they got into, well, you see, they can't even get into that bag with Bobby Lashley because he's not that tight. So
Xavier Woods also a TNA guy.
Would you like to see him over there? Would you like to see him over there?
I would like to see a different version or an updated version on Consequences Creed.
They need to cut the shit. That's it. WWE Worlds Collide. All 4 brands. Unless you want to start off with the 2. Y'all could start off. Matter of fact, I'm going to roll it out for y'all. Y'all start off the remix because y'all had Worlds Collide before, whatever. We throw that out the air. That's out no more. No more. Worlds Collide right here. You can start with your fucking TNA, NXT, and if you want to do if you got a Japan promotion you want to throw in there, y'all can start with that, or just the 2. The second year though, they got
supposedly between today and between now and Monday, Pro Wrestling Noah is gonna have a big announcement with WWE. Actually, speaking of, when's their show started? I know they got a show today. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, I've been waiting for this weekend show. Let's see. They have, let's see, let me sign back in. Let's see, what time is that? They got a show that starts in an hour, but with this, I'm looking forward to more so tomorrow's match. But this card will be just as entertaining. Or is this no? Might look the wrong date. Let's see. Oh no, it's tomorrow show. Never mind, I'm tripping. So tomorrow, big announcement between WWE and Pro Wrestling Noah. Also, tomorrow, the main event, Gabe Kidd versus Kaito Kiyomiya. Gabe Kidd recently wants to run to Randy Orton.
He put his name out there for sure. I'll say that.
Because again, with him, very talented British wrestler. And again, he's put on some size, whatever. Cody wrestled him when he was doing the game, when Cody was doing his indie run and all that. But he's only gotten better. the pandemic, he kind of put him in a dark place, so now he's kind of back to full form and even a better version of himself.
Yeah, that whole pandemic period was trash. I ain't gonna lie. It was like you could take it either way, cause like there was people that was finding ways to like do shit, but if you had too much time to think, that shit could be a detriment too. Sometimes like
This is
people
the
minds
man,
start racing and shit.
and this is a man that he openly admitted that because he wasn't able to wrestle, he during the pandemic he nearly took his own life.
Yeah, man.
So like wrestling means that much to him. And again, based on his charisma alone, it's only a matter of time before he's a massive star, whether in New Japan, whether in WWE, anywhere. He can be that guy if presented properly.
Mm. I think like guys like him and MJF, they need to get whatever fun they want to get out. You see how like they like disruptors and shit. Like they like to just say crazy shit, do shit, get all that shit out right now.
But also with these two guys, they wrestle a very different style than what we see predominantly, like say AEW per se. It's more of a, I don't want to put it this way, but for lack of a better term, it's more of a traditional style.
Mm.
Because again, less is more. They know it works, and in most cases, you're only going to prolong your life and career. As long as you can talk on the mic, you can get away with doing the bare minimum in the ring. Not everything needs to be a Dave Meltzer 5, 6, 7-star match.
You know what I thought was funny?
If you're selling out an arena, that's all you need to know about.
Taker said, maybe gonna ask him when there's newer talent, do you watch their matches? And Taker said, yeah, you know, I watch about 5 minutes of it just to tell them this is what we're not gonna do. I found that shit. I was like, man, that's an OG response right there for real. Like, dog,
Yeah,
we're not doing that crazy ass shit.
just skim through it real quick, whatever. You can kind of get the gist of what they're doing. That way you can say, hey, you'll thank me later.
Again, that's something that we spoke about. If not the person himself, somebody gotta kind of like
Protect people from themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that shit's cool, whatever. But again, if you're doing this on an everyday show, then it's not a special. And wouldn't that be better in a sold out venue as you're building up for a big match or whatever? You save the big shit for the big money matches.
No, that's facts right there. Either way, if they don't, it's just a stupid move.
And especially when at least 60% of the roster can do the same shit.
Again, that's why like I feel like this. You could correct me if I'm wrong, because you see a lot of shit on the community too. I think a lot of people get caught up in the actual style of wrestling that people don't appreciate why that form of wrestling is happening.
Well, it's because they're now preconditioned to the high spots.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to see the car crash stuff or whatever, like the action movie, adrenaline rush stuff, the shit you see in video games and movies, because there is the minority that once was that could do the moves is now the majority. Hell, Brian Cage was going to try half these moves that everyone does anyways. Ivar could probably do some of these moves.
So
Braun Breaker could probably do most of these moves.
What do you feel like is the point? Why do you think these wrestlers continue to do? Do you feel like that's their way to try to get noticed by the fans? Like, oh wow, this guy can do these moves.
No, it's just everyone's just preconditioned because all over the world the last 10 years, that's what's been grabbing people's attention. Whether the Young Bucks doing the super kicks, Ospreay and Ricochet breaking the ring, doing the springboard stuff in the UK, Swerve and Ospreay dancing, I think, Germany to Bruno Mars. All that stuff. That's what the indie audience has been catered to. So now that they're all in AEW, that's what they all saw when they were drunk at the bar, the Armory, or whatever. So that's all they want to see over here. And they know that they're going to eat it up just because it's what they saw when they were drunk, probably. or most some of them, and that's what they find funny. Also,
Oh,
Dave Meltzer,
that
Bruce.
looks cool. That's a cool move type shit. They be going crazy. Like, man. Dave Meltzer, that's another influence. I think, yeah, that's the problem for me. I think it's too much influence. Like me personally, I'm not influenced with people saying and what they like. I know what I like and what I don't like. Like there's, and my opinion could change every day. It's like, why should I have to be like? That's another thing too. I feel like people are too loyal to like what they like to a fault. Like they giving it a pass. Like yeah, bro. Like I'm a fan of this, but if it's some shit I don't like, I'm not just going. I'm gonna say like, nah, that shit was fucked up, man. They fucked that up. Like I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna point it out. Like LeBron James is my favorite character, and I never try to sugarcoat any time that he lost the finals. You lost. Like you got there, you went hard to make it 10 years in a row, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think people need to just. It's unfortunate, but you sometimes you as good as your last performances. I don't want to say your last performance because you leave it up to Goldberg. He's coming back for one more. Undertaker come back for one more. They got a pass for that because they were old. They shouldn't have been put in that type of situation. But what I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Some other people
Not if your name's Terry Funk.
oof,
You gonna retire
that's
200 times.
That's what I'm saying. Then there's legends that know how to work. That they style wasn't predicated on having to lift someone high above their head and throw them or agility running out the. It was like you said, traditional style, but like you also said, not everybody they preconditioned to this new shit. Like I grew up on the old style, so when I see wrestling, I've always been conditioned to also love the story behind it because I know that the traditional style is going to be a little bit more slow. You know what I mean?
Shit, 60, 70 years ago, the dropkick was a finisher.
Yeah. I mean, Jake the Snake, DDT.
The DDT, that was the finish.
Jerry Lawler, power driver. Sean, well, not Sean so much. That was the signature.
Shawn Michaels, he was the only doing the super kick at the time.
True. And then you got the macho elbow drop. Like, dudes are doing, like, what we see is regular.
Petey Williams and TNA had the Canadian Destroyer. AJ Styles had the Styles Clash.
I mean, to a certain degree, too.
Brock Lesnar had the F5.
I've never seen nobody do the curb stomp before Seth Rollins. Sure, Randy had the punt kick. So there's ways that people have.
Once upon a time, only Billy Kidman had the shooting star press. Rey Mysterio only had the 619.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I mean, and then they were, and then when that's what goes to the point. Remember the other day when I was like, some of our favorites only had like 5 moves, and then the rest of the match between was kind of like brawling and striking, storytelling, playing to the crowd.
Cena, the infamous 5 moves of doom,
which I don't even know why they got on him for that, because it was kind of like now when R-Truth does it, fucking people pop.
No, so the reason why that got the heat that it did back in those days was because that's when folks knew when the match was wrapping up.
Nah, he definitely had that shit in a sequence. He did. He definitely
that's
did.
The folks knew, all right, we're done. On to the next one.
Shoulder tackle, under the clothesline, under the strike, into the backdrop. You can't see me.
5 knuckle shuffle into the attitude adjustment. 1, 2, 3.
Man, that was it. And if you got lucky, you might get an STFU. That's when he started teasing the sticks moves, right?
Or Hogan back in the day, body slam, leg drop.
See, I feel like, see, and then that shit too, like, it made, this is why I said what I said too, though, like, the styles gotta make sense for the time and for the character, like, if I see, like, Brian Cage, when he do some of that shit you saying, I like that he could do it. Do he need to do it? Nah. What he needs to do is go out there and just fuck dudes up like Brock did, or like any big dude your size would.
Wardlow and the Powerbomb Symphony. That's all you need.
Yeah. Shit. He could even do
JBL
it.
had the power bomb and the clothesline. That was it.
Is anybody doing the torture rack right now? Somebody can even take the torture rack.
I want to say yes. I want to say yes.
I feel like it's a girl. I know Nikki used to do it, but I think it's another female.
I think
right?
Jordan Grace does it on occasion. I want to say someone else, but yeah, definitely it's a woman that does it.
Might be Bianca.
Either her or Jade.
I feel like I've seen her do the military press torture rack where she go down and do the squats a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong though, but yeah, like somebody could just like old school. I feel like I seen somebody the other day do a clothesline from hell. I was like, whoa,
just anything but a diving headbutt,
man.
Please.
I think Daniel Bryan the only way that could get away with that shit right now.
And he got to stop doing that shit.
Yeah, that's a tough move because I ain't gonna lie, that was a move that in No Mercy and shit, I used to put that shit, bro. Or any of the wrestling games, I used to put a diving headbutt.
Look what it did to Dynamite Kid. Look what it did to Benoit.
Man.
There's a guy in Japan that does it, Tomoaki Hanma, but he doesn't do it. He doesn't
jump. He just
he'll just go dead weight and just down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's still bad, but better than from the top rope.
Nah,
I guess.
Man, Wandham used to catch flight though, distance across the room. Like, what are you doing?
And that head has been in contact with something. Either your sternum, your shoulder, or the canvas itself.
Man, them times right there. So yeah, that we had that right there with the Street Profits getting attacked, and then the next match that followed, Nia Jax squashes Michin. I think that's like they sending her ass to NXT. I think when we see the like main talent that kind of be like,
I'm okay with this because again they're trying to build Nia up as the Queen of the Ring, whatever, build up towards probably challenging for Becky. That could be something maybe for SummerSlam.
I just be feeling like there's no continuity, right? And maybe that's the fans' fault. But how the fuck is Michin supposed to look tough for the North American Championship?
Look, she's had a busy couple weeks. Her ass probably sore as fuck right now.
And that's another thing too, right?
They probably told her, that's all I gotta do. I bet I'm cool. I'm chilling.
Yo, but that spot is looking crazy. Now, Nia did cut some weight, so it's probably not as bad as it used to be. But
that shit still hurt.
Yeah, that bonsai drop is looking like something serious, man. Like, whoa. She out there just flattening these chicks with that shit.
So again, set her to be a monster as she should be. So even with Mitching, she's good.
So now we're moving on to the last segment. This segment not only concerns me, it's alarming. It damn near almost blew my high. You know, weed is legal where I'm at in the great state of New York.
Let it out.
You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, because this shit is just abysmal to watch.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, no, yeah, facts. Because, you know, I've been playing softball. You know what I'm saying? WrestleMania, WrestleMania, I had a honeymoon with WrestleMania. Still in the honeymoon stages. I was hype. I was right. I was giving the Paul Levesque era a shot. I think I'm beyond that right now. I'm just calling down the middle right now. Like, I'm tired of Kevin Owens shit. The Randy Orton, RK Bro stuff. I said RK Bro, RKO. I'm pardon me. I'm just
might as well, but let it out.
Man, all the iterations of Randy Orton with somebody else, and they using the RKO shit. Y'all had me before the King of the Ring tournament. That shit looked fire. They shirt and all that. Now it looks like we're spinning the block on this. On Randy Orton and Kevin Owens about to fight the Bloodline again. Like, what are we doing, bro? It might not happen tomorrow, but we might get it sometime. Why?
Again, Randy and or KO and plus Tama and Money in the Bank, like you've been predicting.
Oh man, bro. That's another thing. Can I get some fucking announcements? So who gonna be in the Money in the Bank on the SmackDown side, bro? What are y'all waiting for? The day before, like the fucking SmackDown before Money in the Bank to give us all 3 participants? How do all Raw people get announced? I'll be thinking they're gonna just do a Raw Money in the Bank, bro.
Like I said, this current PLE is very SmackDown forward. If you had, aside from Judgment Day, you have what, the women's tag matches and triple threat. That's it.
So hold on.
It's mostly SmackDown on the show.
Hold on. So I feel like this is a route we never went with right here. Or I think we never really. Since Raw is a longer show, do they get an extra participant in Money in the Bank? You know, we got the traditional, right?
How many participants are there going to be? We've been guesstimating how many there could be, but we don't know shit.
And is Ludwig confirmed, or was Sheamus just yapping his jibs? So we got Jay, Ludwig, and Sheamus.
We have Jey Uso, Ludwig Kaiser, and Sheamus in the Money in the Bank match for the men's, and Lara Valkyria for the women's.
Bro, if I see fucking Kevin Owens in that Money in the Bank ladder match, bro,
you're gonna see KO, maybe Orton, most likely Tama.
I'm cool with Tama in there, man, because I feel like we gotta stop avoiding the inevitable. Like, there's gotta be all these cross-branded matches, and we're keeping away the Usos. Like, y'all already gave us that false look with the Raw side, Jey Uso, SmackDown side, Tama Tonga. Yeah, like y'all gave us the teaser. This is another one. Another like, oh, Jey Uso he in the Money in the Bank, but nobody from the bloodline in. So, like, it could make us, but I don't know. It's just like there's things and I get it. We gotta wait for time. But okay, I'm waiting. But just while I'm waiting, don't serve me plates of shit to eat while I'm waiting, though. You know, don't do that, chat. Don't do that to me while I'm waiting for the good stuff. Don't try to feed me some bad stuff. I might as well just sit here empty plated. You know what I'm saying? Sip on my drink and wait for the good stuff to come out. Respectfully. Because the reason I have a problem with this is we wasn't okay with this shit before. Why are we okay with this shit now? We don't know what I'm talking about? All right. Let me paint the picture for you then. We weren't happy with Kevin Owens spinning the block on Roman Reigns a few times. Yes, we were happy a little bit. They beat the Usos. That was slightly different because now you're pitting Kevin Owens against champions, tag team champions. He got his boy with him, Sami Zayn, fresh out the bloodline. That was more believable. We know Sammy. We know Kevin, El Generico, Kevin. We know that ROH. We knew that. That's believable. But this whole little when we won the Raw Tag Team Championships, Kevin Owens, you were there. You were there, Kevin Owens. That rollout, I don't know. That's not cutting it for me right there. That whole little street profit, like now I know I can't be a hypocrite or like say, oh, I want them to just go back to them little, but I need footage to match. No Photoshop, no AI shit. I need footage to match. Kevin Owens chilling with them backstage when they won their tag team championships. Like they really boys. Like I need that now. Cause now I'll be feeling like, why y'all not concerned with Bobby Lashley at? Why y'all not keeping his name alive on TV? Like nah, man. Watch when my boy Bobby get back. We're gonna be a full squad. Like, what stake y'all got even with the bloodline? Bloodline don't even got no titles. What are y'all doing? So then we got, you know what I'm saying, Tonga Loa attempting to interfere in the match. Well, actually, it wasn't even him attempting to interfere. Randy got in the ring, you know what I'm saying, after the little interferences. And now Tonga going to sit there and get RKO. Boom. This is what leads me to believe they got more shit going on. at the end with that distraction right there. Now Randy goes out. Solo picks up the victory over Kevin Owens with the thumb. Man, I don't know how to feel about that. Because now we enter in the territory where it feel like Solo needs help with. Now it feels like we enter in territory where Solo needs help with his matches when I feel like he was being built where he didn't need help really. Like he was out there, you know what I'm saying, cruising past dudes.
Well, again, he's in charge. They take orders from him. Why his hands got to get dirty?
Yep. And then also that moment, him backstage with Paul Heyman before the match. Oh, he's just trying to put anything. I think soon we're gonna see a little explosion too. Oh, if I lose this match, this is on you.
He's coming.
Now, with it being June, right now, the episode was June 14th, but right now, as we're doing this live, is now 118, June 15th over here. It's still probably June 14th for you over there, right? About to be, yep. So like now we almost halfway through June. We gearing up to go through July. What day is Money in the Bank? I'm about to check that right now.
Let's see. It is July 6th.
6. Oof.
A month from now, basically. It's going to be quick.
Damn. See, they kind of messing my head up with all of these like pay-per-views kind of being in the beginning of the month. Like I think Money in the Bank was always around that time period. But the SummerSlam one is the one that's kind of throwing me off.
When's that one again?
Like August 3rd or some shit.
Huh.
Yeah, August 3rd, Saturday, August 3rd. The fucking very first 3 days in August.
But again, they are stretching everything out, so we're not oversaturated with bullshit.
Yeah, they got a lot of this shit already kind of safely in place already. Barring anything go crazy, any injuries or just anything.
I mean, we should be getting a lot of folks back from injury around this time. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy should be back any day now to fuck some shit up.
So, do you feel like SummerSlam is going to be an end of most of these storylines, or you think they're going to continue with them?
SummerSlam will definitely be the payoff of Rhea and Liv. Same with Logan Paul and LA Knight, in my opinion. Everything else is still getting started.
Yeah, I could see that definitely.
Now again,
that Gunther Money in the Bank situations.
Oh, that Gunther's got a title match at SummerSlam already.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he's getting the winner of Priest and Drew.
Mm-hmm.
So again, then I can see a world where he beats both of them. But I can also see a world where Drew beats Gunther.
So both these titles are getting do you think they defend a championship at Money in the Bank also, like either Priest or Cody?
Probably not, because the focus will be on the Money in the Bank matches. You may get, we could get Ellen at Logan Paul then, to be honest.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, instead of, I mean, but then again, honestly, we could probably get Logan Paul versus Melo at Money in the Bank.
Mm.
If
I
Melo's
feel
not
like
gonna be
they definitely gearing up to some triple threat or something going on there.
right, yeah,
Hmm.
or even LA Knight versus Melo at Money in the Bank.
I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, I know I got to give him time, but this is kind of like what we say about like when we watching battle rappers and shit. Some dudes are better in the intimate setting, like what they rap, and some do better with the large crowds. Carmelo Hayes to me right now, he did better with the intimate setting, like that smaller crowd. I feel like he could like he hits with them. With this bigger, larger crowd, especially being a heel, I think he gets lost into the like. I think he wants to be loved as a character, so getting that heat, that bad heat, that not like, oh, he's a cool bad guy heat. I think that should be throwing him off sometimes. I don't know. He uncomfortable sometimes, or he
Well,
be
like I said,
slipping up something.
he's still figuring out like what works, what kind of can go back to the drawing board, stuff like that. So he's figuring out a good rhythm for himself. So again, I still think he's doing just fine. He just trying to find again the most consistent ways to get himself over.
As long as Triple H still got his back, he definitely gonna get the TV time for sure.
Mm-hmm. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, having him out there in the middle of the crowd though today, I feel like didn't do him no favors. Like he was trying to take like this, oh, I'm outside angle, like I'm here, y'all not type shit. Like,
Well, but also, I mean, a lot of his stuff has been in backstage segments too, so he still
mm-hmm,
has to get acclimated to these bigger crowds.
mm-hmm.
Which again, that'll come. It's just you just let him get his reps in, especially on
Yeah.
like on SmackDown.
Shit, it was just a bad. It was like I guess a bad SmackDown to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Again, just still got the training wheels on. We're still good.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Aside from the LA Knight, we seen LA Knight, and like you said, a backstage segment.
That was hilarious.
He was in Logan Paul's pool. That shit was
So
though. It looked clean too.
so LA Knight, instead of going to Scotland, went to Puerto Rico. That's what I'm hearing. That's crazy.
But like you said though, right? If there's no real like, they're not gonna use them out there. There's no match, but we still got to further the story. That was a creative way, nice old way to further the story right there. Keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Camera work was definitely clean too. Like that's what I'm talking about. The production level.
Oh, also, I'm not sure if did you notice that throughout the show they had a decibel meter to see if that venue could match France.
Nah, I ain't peeped that.
They got to the high 90s a couple times. So again, tomorrow it's going to be close.
Okay, okay.
Especially if Drew and or Piper wins. That place, they might
No,
get up there.
and then that's what I'm saying. Like to me, that this crowd seems more like a home crowd rather France. Like they didn't have no home crowd; they were just happy to see the people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad at that, but that just you know what I'm saying. That's my observation from like looking at the two.
Or even
audiences.
if Drew loses, can you imagine the roaring sound of those boos?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. In my world of chaoticness, I want to see that shit where like fucking
You might get a riot.
I kind of want to see that. Like y'all really gonna wild out because this man lost. Like, or y'all gonna sit there shocked and stunned and tight.
The last time I seen them throw garbage in the ring was when Bully Ray announced himself as the president of Aces and Eights. I don't think W's had garbage from the rings in ages.
I just think you know what would be disappointing to me, honestly, is just like, damn, like it's really gonna go down like this. Like, oh yeah, it's in Drew's home, so yeah, give him the belt. Like,
Maybe Gunter interferes. Who knows? Or Ludwig, maybe.
I want to say, like, I don't want this finish to happen, but what if Drew McIntyre wins, but Damian remains champion?
So Drew wins by DQ.
Maybe count out. He fucks up Damian Priest so bad on the outside, he can't even get back in the ring. He won the match. Same with the belt. Another boneheaded Drew McIntyre move.
Well, again, even the DQ moment where again he just gets too enthralled with just trying to just saying this should have been mine. Start just hits him with the chair, or whatever. Ref sees it. Drew blacks out and just goes, "The fuck just happened?"
Yeah. He could call if he calls himself, that should be.
Again, would not be surprised also if Piper beats Bailey, or if Alba and Isla win the women's tag team titles.
Like that, I see more happening. Pipe because I feel like what equity does Bailey have holding on to the belt? Like, what's her story like right now? Like, she don't even really got a story. She's not entangled in nothing.
Much like Sammy and a few other guys, she's better during the chase.
And I'm not saying she a bad champion, but they don't got her in nothing. Like she ain't. What the only last beef was Nia Jax coming out to her, and
Nia gets the winner of this match.
Yep. So that's the only thing Bailey would have. Is like, all right, so now she just put two big behemoths under her belt. Boom, boom on the humble, like.
Or she drops it to Nia.
I think one or the other. I don't think she goes past both of them. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I would be intrigued to see a Nia versus Piper Niven's match.
I would rather see that at SummerSlam, but Bailey's definitely losing to one of them, I agree. But again, if she doesn't beat Piper, she's definitely losing to Nia. And again, just let either one of them just run with it for a minute.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much it right there. And then we got the pay-per-view coming on today, the PLE. So we shall see the good words. We shall see where everything is gonna go. And then chat tomorrow. We're gonna come back with the recap as soon as the PLE is over. So y'all tap in with us. Razor, you got something you want to say before we get out of here?
No, sir. I'm straight.
Yo, chat, much love. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Go follow my brother Razor on Twitter, Razor_core. And then you can follow HD Woo_Styles. Y'all tap in with us. Y'all be safe, man.